All right, today's another one of those super exciting days. I always love when companies release new products, especially catered to rifle hunters. And actually, this one showed up last week. Been kind of playing around with here at the office. Obviously, I haven't mounted it yet to a rifle scope, but this is the brand new for 2025. This is the VX-5HD Gen 2 Leupold rifle scope. So obviously, Gen 1 was really, really great. And it's just nice when they take a Gen 1 version, change things up for Gen 2 and add a lot of really cool features to it. It has everything Gen 1 had, and now Gen 2, arguably a lot better. So this is definitely a rifle scope that is perfectly built for hunters. Leupold's always durable, got really great glass, precision, and obviously has a gold ring on the front, so it's going to be great. So right now I'm going to run through some of the magnification options here, and then we'll jump into some of the features. So this is offered actually in 6 configurations in a 5:1 zoom ratio. So you have the 1:5:24, 2:10:42, you have the 3:15:44, 3:15:50, 3:15:56, and then the 4:20:52. I will mention too that all those other offerings are offered in a 30 mil tube. The 34 mil tube option is the 4:20:52. Okay, so now I'm gonna run through a bunch of these awesome features on the VX-5HD Gen 2 from Leupold here. It's got a lot of really cool stuff. Start off, it's got Leupold's professional grade optical system. All right, what's that mean? Leupold optics are known for like giant light transmission. Perfect for those low light hunting situations. This has glare reduction. As we took this outside earlier, I was kind of aiming it towards the sun. And that's a huge thing when it comes to hunters because you want to have glare reduction. Basically, I actually shot a wrong buck quite a few years ago because I was shooting into the sun. The glare came, buck switched positions, I shot the wrong buck. So having that is actually a really cool thing for hunting. And you can really see it when you look through Leupold's rifle scope. And it's got that resolution, edge-to-edge clarity that you need and demand on any sort of hunting situation, whether antelope hunting, whitetail hunting in the east, or mule deer hunting here out west. It's really, really cool. And one of the coolest features I think on it, so Leupold has their SpeedSet elevation dial for quick tool-free zeroing. Why is that cool? I've had a lot of different rifle scopes over the years that has turrets, and when you need to adjust that zero, you have a bunch of different little Allen screws on the side. You have to undo those. Trying to adjust the zero is kind of cumbersome. I've had some really good rifle scopes before that was really easy, but a lot of them make it just super hard and super confusing, and this kind of solves for that. So you see here on the back side, there's this little lever with a little push button. So basically you're gonna push that button in, and this lever is gonna pop up, open that all the way over, and now you can just take this cap, remove it, and then, so let's say I dialed first and wanted to re-zero it. Now I can just put this where I need to have it zeroed, push it all the way down the bottom, close this, and I'm zeroed. Again, no more fumbling around with those little Allen screws. Sometimes they fall out, go in the grass, go in the snow when you're on a hunt trying to re-zero in your rifle or whatever. It just makes it super easy. Again, pop it over, lift that lever up, pop it off. Literally that simple. Pretty cool. I think that's one of the coolest features I've swhen this so far. Going into other things too, they have their competition grade precision adjustments, which I really hate to do, is when you're looking at a rifle scope and you're dialing and the clicks aren't really, the clicks are like they move around too much. These are buttery, smooth to move, but they're also precise. They lock in there really nice. They don't, bleed into different MOA values as you're moving it up. It's actually really precise, right on the marks every single time. Also, you see here, there's larger numbers. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I do really appreciate having larger numbers on there. See an animal you want to take, range it, you want to get to the dial really quickly. Oh, do I need to go to 4.5? Where's 4.5 on here? You can easily see where it needs to be, and just having larger numbers, it's a simple thing. Every rifle scope should have a lot larger numbers on there, so you actually see exactly the range you got to dial to. That's really cool. They also have the the push button zero locking system. So you can see here right now it's locked at zero. I'm trying to turn it. It's really handy. Another thing that's really cool too, let's say you somehow got all the way spun around. You're like, oh, is that zero? Am I zeroed for 100 right now? Well, you can easily tell you're not, and you're full resolution over because that push button, their zero locking system is actually pushed in. So I know, hey, I got to turn this back around. Now I'm back to zero. So that's a really cool feature as well. It prevents, accidental dial movements when in a hunt. You want to be zeroed. You're going through, still hunting some timber. You want to make sure you're zeroed there. Well, it ain't going to move unless you push the button and move it. It also has a redesigned main tube here for increased elevation travel. I believe this one here I have right now has 85 MOA of vertical adjustment and 85 MOA for windage adjustment. So it's really cool being able to, take longer shots if you need to when you're sighting your gun in, practicing at the range, that sort of thing. If you need it for hunting, well, we kind of got that in there. So it's cool, it's all built in. Another really great feature I like to have is an integrated throw lever. So you can see it's just, one hand, move it over. It's really smooth too to be able to operate that. You don't have to like grab on the tube and, crank it over to try to get your magnification adjusted. That's gonna be great. There's several different reticle options available in this rifle scope, which is great. This is the duplex model right here. So you see it on the sides. This is an illuminated model, and it has a bunch of little, key cutouts. Well, they actually include in the box a little tool here. And it's one of those simple things too. We're like, okay, all the time before you might be taking a piece of brass or taking a quarter and trying to, adjust that. Well, now simply, if you want to get into your battery, you put that tool on there. And this makes it so much easier to get into your battery, to put the battery in, change your battery, and then you can access the battery drawer. So pretty cool being able to just, slide this on here, put the tool in, and then, tighten it down. I mean, just little things like that, pretty cool on a hunting rifle scope. Some places you might want to have illuminated, other places you might not need it, so you can just pop that off. Really super slick. And again, rugged construction. That is Leupold's, I think, message to the core. You can beat the heck out of these rifle scopes and they will still hold true time and time again. They do so much testing to ensure these rifle scopes are gonna hold up no matter what hunt you're going on. I could probably drop it right now and it's probably gonna be still fine. And then when you're on a hunt, you can, you don't wanna have to beat your rifle scope up, but hey, accidents happen in the field, and the testing that they do to ensure everything's gonna be perfect. Rifle's gonna still track, all that stuff. That's key when it comes to a hunting rifle scope. And another thing I wanna make sure I mention too, every single VX-HD Gen 2 is eligible for one free custom dial to match your exact load, your muzzle velocity, and environmental conditions. That's pretty sweet as well. So if you wanna match it, you don't wanna have MOA, you wanna have it dialed to your load, you can actually get one of these things cut for your load and they'll send it to you. Pretty sweet. Another thing too, designed, machined, assembled in the United States. So they're made right in Oregon. Pretty sweet that everything is made in the United States. If you're looking for a everything from ground up, made in USA product, this is a rifle scope for you. And as always too with Leupold, they have their waterproof, fog proof, and they're backed by their lifetime guarantee. So again, days like this excite me. It's now available right now in GOHUNT Gear Shop. This is Leupold's VX-5HD Gen 2 rifle scope. Again, offered in a lot of different configurations, purpose-built rifle scope for a hunter. So if you need a new rifle scope for this season, upcoming seasons, highly recommend you check it out. They make phenomenal rifle scopes, and all these new cool features are really actually intriguing, and one that I wish we had available to us a long time ago when we were rifle hunting. So check it out today. Have any comments, drop them in the comment box below, and as always, best of luck this season.